What's going on, everybody? Chris back with another video, and today what we have in front of you today is something quite different than I have on my channel. This is a mechanical keyboard. This specifically is the Candy Bar. Now I've been getting into mechanical keyboards for almost maybe a year now, and I'm just now kind of building boards and testing and trying things out. So the Candy Bar keyboard was part of a group buy. Group buys are basically you have people that buy into a production of a specific product, aka keyboard or keycap set or switches, and either there's a limited number of spots available, or there's a minimum quota that there has to be in order for said product to be made. And so sometimes those products are limited run, so their value can be quite high, and also you get kind of a one-of-a-kind thing, more unique style. So this was a round 3, so they've had 2 other rounds of Candy Bar keyboards. Now this was going to be something I was going to use for work, and that specifically is because this has a numpad. This is what they call a 40%, but I consider it as kind of like a modified 40%, specifically because this doesn't have a number row or F row key up here above your alpha characters, but there's a numpad, which 40% usually doesn't have a numpad. It's everything but number row, and you literally just get the alpha keys and modifiers. So I picked this up because I love the color of it. This is the kind of like a mint green color, and something really fun about the Candy Bar is its box. It's literally a candy bar type box. The specs of the size of it, the weight up to 3 pounds. It's just a really fun, cute little board, and specifically the box itself tells you kind of like normally nutrition facts of a candy bar or some said food item, but gives you the actual specs of the board itself. This can be a right number pad or left number pad, depending on your preference. This came with the entire board, the PCB, the plate, came with switches, stabilizers, your choice of switches, actually either a linear or a tactile switch, and also 2 different type of keycaps. So I have these keycaps out right now because I want to show you kind of what I did for this board itself, so I can take out the whole plate PCB assembly. So here we are. So I made my own custom kind of case foam. I picked up some foam, a neoprene foam from Amazon. It's about maybe 2 millimeters thick. I cut it out and punctured holes for all the standoffs. This will kind of help mute the actual sound profile. It is just thin enough, and you can kind of actually see the imprints from all the hot swappable sockets that are pre-soldered. So this is a hot swappable PCB, meaning you don't have to do any sort of soldering, and you can switch out the switches super easily. And there's controversy on what's better, what's worse, or whatnot. These are JWK switches, yellow. I chose those linear. These switches are completely stock, but the stabilizers, they do come stock onto this board, which I did lube with Krytox 205G. I didn't do any sort of filming. I didn't do any sort of mods to the stabs. I didn't put any sort of foam underneath the stabilizers either. Again, this is technically my second board that I've built. I built another one, a limited parallel 65, that was really my first board. It took a long time because I wanted to take time to lube all the switches, but this one I just wanted to use for work. This was about $250 or so for the complete kit. And I went with the Islander keycap set due to just the color scheme with the actual case. So I'm going to go ahead and get the plate PCB assembly screwed back into the case, and we'll go ahead and show you. I'll let you listen to kind of what the sound profile is on the stock switches and the lubed stabilizers. So some other information about the candy bar: this is a wired keyboard and there is no RGB backlighting. So that's something else you might see a lot in the group buy kind of custom mechanical keyboard space, is not maybe RGB or some other features that you might find on a lot of these other gamer type boards. Now these are mechanical switches compared to like membrane keyboards that you find on a lot of boards in offices or that come with computers. The difference is mechanical switches give you a lot more feedback, they last longer, and then you have a different sound profile and things like that, of course. So here we are. So here's the full board built. That number pad, like I was talking about, we have backspace, enter, shift, escape, caps lock, shift, control, home, alt, FN, like a function key. And so you can customize these via VIA. It's a software you can program the PCB to kind of control and determine what each of the buttons mean or what they do in Windows or your computer. You can have different layers and things like that. So without further ado, here is kind of what it sounds like. Bear with me, this is the first time kind of doing some sort of sound test, so apologize if this is not something that is typical or the normal way of doing things. All right, so there's the sound test. So let me go ahead and try to do a typing test for you all now. Now my typing is been impacted ever since I had my injury on my middle and ring finger of my right hand. If you've been following my channel, you would have seen the progress of all of that. So if you guys are interested in wanting to learn more about mechanical keyboards or follow me or see kind of what more content I create, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button and the notification bell so that way you'll be notified when I launch a new video. So let me go ahead and get a typing test started up. All right, everybody, here we go, monkeytype.com. Here comes the candy bar typing test. Well, that is not what I was hoping. We're gonna go at it again. I don't type on this all too often because I cannot get used to the shift and some other keys. And my finger, I don't know, I'm not a whole big fan of this layout, but I'll try it again. Alrighty, that is much better. I will take that score. Had to get warmed up a little bit, but 100 words per minute, 95 accuracy. So another reason why I like the numpad is because you can do a lot of data entry, especially in IT, dealing with IP addresses. Numpads are super easy. So for me, this function key and these top row of the alphas are my special characters. So exclamation point, @, pound, etc. And then shift is obviously standard capitalized letters. Now over here, I don't have arrow keys, but what I've done is function key with 8, 4, 5, 6, kind of back in the old days would be my arrow keys as well. So yeah, that is the Candy Bar Round 3 Cotton Candy. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them down below. Let me know what your thought on this new kind of style of content. I definitely would like to create more mechanical keyboard videos, maybe even do live streams later on, show you kind of as I build a keyboard. Again, subscribe if you'd like to see more mechanical keyboard content. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care and stay safe.